The Weeknd, a life worth saving. One cold night in Los Angeles, The Weeknd sees a homeless man sitting alone on the street. At first, he drives away, but something about the man lingers in his mind. The next night, he returns and offers him a warm meal. As they talk, he learns the man, Michael, once had a family, a home, and a dream. A single mistake took everything away. Abel sees himself in him, his past struggles, the nights he spent hungry and hopeless. Determined to help, Abel gives Michael a second chance, a haircut, a place to stay, and the opportunity to rebuild his life. But will Michael take it, or is it already too late? Stay until the end, because this story is about more than kindness. It's about redemption, second chances, and a life that almost slipped away. The Man on the Street. Late at night, Los Angeles. The Weeknd, Abel Tesfaye, 34, walks out of a luxury restaurant, adjusting his coat. Across the street, a homeless man, Michael, 50s, sits against a brick wall, shivering. Abel's driver pulls up, waiting for him. He hesitates, looking at the man. Abel, to himself, quietly, "Not tonight." He gets into the car. The door shuts. The city blurs past him as he drives away. Flashback. A familiar struggle. Toronto, 2010. A younger Abel, 20, walks the streets alone, his hoodie barely protecting him from the cold. He passes by a closed diner, peering through the window. His stomach growls. He hasn't eaten in days. A woman inside notices him and walks out, handing him a sandwich. Woman. "No one should go hungry." He takes it, too shocked to speak. Fade back to present. Abel blinks hard, his mind still in the past. The second encounter. The next night, Abel leaves a studio session. The same man, Michael, is still there, coughing into his hands. Something about him is different. This time, Abel crosses the street. Abel. "Hey man, you good?" Michael looks up, his eyes tired but alert. A meal and a story. They sit at a late-night diner. Michael eats cautiously, as if the food might disappear. Abel watches. Michael, "You don't gotta do this." Abel, "Yeah, I do." Michael wipes his mouth, setting down his fork. Michael, "I used to be someone, you know?" Abel leans in, listening. The fall from grace. Michael stares at his coffee. His hands are rough, scarred with time. Michael, "Had a wife, a son, a house, lost 'em all." He shakes his head. Michael, "One bad decision. That's all it takes." Abel nods, understanding more than he says. The first step. Abel checks his watch. Almost 3 a.m. Abel, "Come with me." Michael hesitates. Michael, "Man, I can't go to some fancy place smelling like this." Abel smirks. Abel, "I know a guy." A new beginning. A small barbershop, closed for the night. Abel knocks. The owner lets them in. Michael gets his first haircut in years. He looks in the mirror, almost not recognizing himself. Michael, "Damn, I almost look human again." Abel chuckles. The hardest part. Michael showers in a hotel room, fresh clothes laid out. He hesitates before stepping in front of the mirror. The scars, the years of struggle, all reflected back at him. He wipes his eyes before stepping out. A life worth saving. Abel scrolls through his phone, looking for resources for homeless rehabilitation. Michael sits on the edge of the bed. Michael, why are you doing this? Abel looks at him, serious. Abel, because someone once did it for me. A life worth saving. Abel scrolls through his phone, looking for resources for homeless rehabilitation. Michael sits on the edge of the bed. Michael, why are you doing this? Abel looks at him, serious. Abel, because someone once did it for me. The offer. Michael stares at an envelope on the table. It's an apartment lease, paid for 6 months. His hands tremble. Michael, I don't deserve this. Abel, you do. The first step alone. Abel drops Michael off at his new apartment. Michael hesitates before stepping inside. The door closes. Abel stays in the car, watching through the window as Michael looks around his new home. A long pause. Then, Michael sits on the floor, head in his hands. The silence between friends. Weeks pass. Abel texts Michael. No reply. He stares at his phone, frustrated. Was he too late? The note. A small letter arrives at Abel's studio. Inside. I couldn't face you, but I want you to know you saved me before I could disappear. I found my son. I'm going home. Thank you. Abel exhales, gripping the letter. A full circle moment. Abel walks past the same street corner. Michael is gone, but where he once sat, a small piece of cardboard remains. It reads, "Some people don't look away." Abel smiles faintly. The song that carries the story. Abel stands in a recording booth, staring at the microphone. He closes his eyes and starts to sing. The lyrics aren't just words, they're Michael's story. Thank you for watching. If this story moved you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more inspiring stories. Never forget where you came from. See you in the next one.